Jim with Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting, coming to you once again with no frills, no fancy stuff, just information. And this video was inspired by a subject that comes up quite often, and that's location and the importance of it. And maybe a little bit about location versus what machine you're using. So, location is definitely super important. Super important. It can make or break you. Bottom line is, if it's not there, you're not going to find it. You're not going to dig it up if it's just simply not there. Now, on the other side of that coin, if you're in an area that is got a little history, a little age to it, and really hasn't been hammered by other people, you're going to find all kinds of old coins, relics, and goodies, and tasty stuff, and you're going to have an impressive finds bag. That second one I have seen happen. And it doesn't matter what machine you've got in a spot like that. You could have the cheapest, most entry-level, beginning metal detector that's out there. And if you're on good ground, you're going to look like a metal detecting god when you come on one of these groups and brag about your finds. And I do see that. But there's a little bit of a cautionary note in that, and we're going to get to that. So you take the guy that's in an area like that, right? Well, 5 states away, there's a guy with a $900 machine, and he's in your typical mid-sized city, maybe even here in Michigan, like the one I live in, and he's hunting in trashy parks that are a little more difficult to pick out the good stuff in. They're trashy, like I said, and they've been hammered by a lot of people that are out there. The city next to mine alone, in my Facebook group, Michigan Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting, has like 28 people that are in my group that live in that city. So parks there are pretty well hammered out. Well, you take that guy and, he might find a few silvers a month if he's lucky, maybe a couple wheats, maybe a ring or two, but his finds aren't going to be as impressive as country boy that's got a really good area around him. And if he wants to break into the 1800s club, he's probably going to have to find a spot, like maybe where they're tearing down an old house or something, and get on there, or do quite a bit of research to get on it. If not, he's going to have to drive a couple hours and get up the guts to knock on some doors. Now, let's flip the script here. Take that guy that's convinced he's a metal detecting legend with his Garrett Ace 400, just throwing that one out there as an example, and take him out of that target-rich environment that he's living in and put him in that city park that the guy with the Equinox or the Legend is hunting in, and have him swing around and try to sort through the pull tabs, bottle caps, and can slaw to find himself as many silvers as he's finding in his hometown. Yeah, it's not going to take long before he's frustrated and he realizes that he's not a metal detecting god. He may even go home and say to his wife, "Honey, I need a better metal detector. This one is just not up to the task." Either that or his beginner machine is going to be gathering dust in the closet. Now, I'm not saying that the beginner machines are no good, but this kind of points out really in 2 different directions where location is important, but machine is at the same time. You got to match your machine to the area that you're hunting in. If you're in a place like I live, you better have something that's got good separation, good recovery speed, and a little edge on depth too, as a matter of fact. Now, the cautionary note. Cautionary note needs to go out to the guy that's on these groups here that I saw today that's telling all these people, you don't need to buy anything more capable or more expensive. That's a bunch of nonsense. Just stick with, these beginner machines. That's actually bad advice because he's falsely confident that he's got the greatest thing ever. Well, it might be great because of where he is, but if he ever ends up in a spot or the spot he's in gets hunted out, let's say a couple other people move into that area or they catch on and they show up there and they pick them areas clean that he's in, he's going to need something that's going to give him an edge. Granted, I wish him all the luck in the world, but it's false confidence, folks. It just is. So I just wanted to go ahead and put this into video form. I did make a post about it in our group here in Michigan, which, by the way, is open to everybody. If you're in Facebook groups, stop by and check us out at Michigan Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. In the meantime, keep the coils to the soil. Get out there and whatever machine you got, get on some good ground and find some good stuff and enjoy this hobby to its fullest. We'll see you next time on Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. Thanks a lot for watching.